tubers. Hey, Eric today. I'm coming at you with something I'm going to trial and see what people think. Instead of just reviewing random beers by whatever I stumble across, I'm going to take a look at some beers stylistically speaking from here on out. So I'm going to probably group it into weeks and do 3 of each style of examples that are available to me or that I have currently in my cellar or easily accessible, and that I think are perfect representations of what they set out to be. That doesn't mean I'm going to rate them all an A or 100 or whatever, but today I'm going to start off my weekly stylistic reviews on American barley wines. And I thought, what better way than to kick things off with a classic. Sierra Nevada's Bigfoot Barleywine. This bad boy is the 2013 vintage. I actually believe I got this bottle in 2012, even though it's labeled 2013. I really like a few things about the Bigfoot Barleywine. Biggest thing being is it's dated. That's huge on this style because a lot of times I don't think barley wines are relatively drinkable for a few years of age. There are exceptions. However, this one has been sitting in the cellar at cellar temperature. I'm also trying something new where every beer I review in a certain style, like imperial stouts or barley wines, I'm going to drink at cellar temperature. I'm not going to cool them down and let them warm up. So, you got the gist of it. If you have questions, let me know in the comments below. Or suggestions, please also feel free to let me know. Otherwise, let's get into 2013 Bigfoot Barleywine. And I actually have been saving my caps lately, so I'm going to try not to. I did a good job. This one clocks in at 9.6% alcohol by volume. I did pull up some statistics about it. Clocks in at 90 IBUs. One thing to note about American barley wines is they're generally extremely hoppy in comparison to their English counterparts. So this one is hopped with Chinook and finished with Cascade Centennial and Chinook. Malts in this beer are 2-row brewer's malt and 2-row Pales brewer malt and caramel crystal malt. So here's the pour, the good old Bigfoot. So you can see it's got a nice head, about a finger and a half, fat finger head. And this one really looks nice. It's a deep amber mahogany, ruby red. Really clear, lots of carbonation coming off the sides of this one. It's a really nice looking example. So the scent, Bigfoot Barleywine. Whew, just exploding with hop flavor, or aroma, sorry. I mean, if I didn't know better, if I didn't know what this came from, you could almost mistake this for a double IPA. There is a lot of caramel toffee-like bready notes to it. It smells very sweet, actually, and I guess that's expected. But you know what? The 9.6% alcohol by volume is smelling like 12% right now. I have as far back as 06 of this, and someday I'm going to try to track down earlier versions and do a vertical, one big vertical, hopefully on camera. But yeah, it smells like an American barley wine / double IPA, and here we go. Cheers. Six months has done this remarkably well. Instead of being so in-your-face hoppy, the bitterness is definitely there, but there's this like melding of flavors and this forging of one unified flavor coming together, and it's really fun to try cellaring beer over time for this exact reason. Because I remember when I first have it fresh every year, I'm like, man, why do I buy this? This is so boozy, it's so hoppy, it's just downright a mess. And now I get like, nice Chinook bitterness and those toffee caramel flavors and alcohol coming together as one unified thing. I think Bigfoot's ceiling for me is about 2 years. I think that's where it kind of peaks. But everyone's got their own taste. So overall, definitely an American barley wine. To some, maybe an amber double IPA. Bigfoot for me for a score. It's an old beer. They've been brewing it since the 90s, and I've got to give them a hell of a lot of credit for that. Back in the 90s, before I was of legal drinking age and knew about craft beer, this stuff probably didn't sell the greatest if you weren't in California or on the West where it's easily accessible. I mean, could be wrong, but for me, it definitely speaks volumes to American barley wines. But it's a little too harsh still for me. I definitely taste the booze. It's overly bitter to me, and it definitely needs more time. So I'm going to go a solid 88 out of 100. So B plus effort. I think there are better examples, and I hope to share two more American barley wines with you later this week. So join me for those reviews. Always remember to respect beer, and I'll see you again, guys. Cheers.